The speculation regarding Michelle Williams allegedly fearing for Blue Ivy's future or criticizing Beyoncé and Jay-Z's parenting is not based on confirmed reports or public statements. These claims appear to be part of the speculative, highly sensationalized narratives often found in entertainment commentary videos rather than verified news. In reality, Michelle Williams has consistently maintained a close, supportive relationship with Beyoncé and Kelly Rowland for years. She has frequently gone on the record to praise their bond, defend them against media scrutiny, and humanize their private lives. In various interviews, she has emphasized that their relationship remains organic and deeply supportive behind closed doors, often dismissing the robotic or controlling labels that outsiders sometimes attempt to project onto them. While there is intense public fascination with the lives of the Carter family, as evidenced by recent discussions about Blue Ivy's high-profile appearances, such as the 2026 Met Gala, the narrative that Michelle Williams is afraid or that the parents are worse than previous industry managers is a product of fan-driven conjecture rather than factual evidence. Michelle has historically served as a protective figure for her former bandmates and their families, frequently pushing back against negative media narratives. And she said, "I would just say respect in keeping our friendship kind of between us. We don't share secrets. I don't treat any of my friends any differently than Beyoncé and Kelly. We just honor each other's hearts, really." Around this time is also when Michelle talked about how the media wanted to write its own narrative of jealousy and spats and drama, but none of that was true. She did say that they had disagreements like any friends or coworkers do, but ultimately, they all had a deep respect for each other as artists and as women. In her words, 20 years later, we still share that gift of friendship. Maybe it was because of our friendship. Maybe it was because of the success, but mostly, it was just our destiny to sing and perform together. Destiny, see what I did there? I know that's true because it never really felt like work, even though we were investing every minute, every thought, every cell of our being into the group. Our connection is real and it's brought life to me in some of my darkest moments. And still, even living the absolute dream I was living with two of the most amazing women as coworkers and best friends, there would be pitch-black dark moments. It may also surprise some of y'all to know that when Jay-Z was handling his lawsuit not so long ago, it was reported that Beyoncé turned to Michelle to confide in because the whole situation was becoming unbearable. Apparently, Bey spent days crying and Michelle allegedly stood by her and prayed with her every day as she considered all of her options. Based on what insiders said, Michelle has always been Beyoncé's most spiritual friend and she is even the one who helped her get through the Beyoncé hate train in the early 2000s. She is apparently one of the first people Bey confided in and they spoke every evening when Jay-Z was handling the lawsuit. The claims suggesting that Michelle Williams has expressed fear for Blue Ivy Carter's future or criticized Beyoncé and Jay-Z's parenting are entirely speculative and lack any factual basis. These narratives are predominantly found in sensationalized entertainment commentary videos that often conflate unrelated events, such as Michelle's public advocacy for mental health, to create insider drama where none exists. There is no evidence, public or private, to suggest that Michelle has ever spoken negatively about her former bandmates' family or their approach to raising their children. In reality, Michelle Williams has consistently been a loyal, supportive, and protective figure in the lives of Beyoncé and Kelly Rowland. Throughout their decades-long friendship, she has frequently used her platform to debunk false rumors, defend the privacy of the Carter family, and clarify that their bond remains an organic and supportive safe space away from the cameras. She has publicly advocated for the trio's friendship to be respected, pushing back against media-manufactured stories of jealousy or conflict. Furthermore, while Michelle has been courageous and vocal about her own mental health journey, including her 2018 hospitalization for depression, this advocacy is a reflection of her commitment to destigmatizing mental illness, not a critique of her friends. Her work as a mental health advocate is widely respected, and she has spoken about these personal challenges to help others, rather than to comment on the internal dynamics of the Carter household. The media's tendency to pair her vulnerability regarding her own past with the high-profile nature of Beyoncé's family life is a common tactic in gossip-oriented content. It is important to distinguish between Michelle's genuine, well-documented work as an advocate and the unfounded theories generated by external parties who capitalize on public fascination with celebrity families. And let's not forget how for years the DC fandom forced Michelle to play absolute second, actually third fiddle to Beyoncé. And while Beyoncé was being positioned as the dazzling center star, Michelle was often subjected to horrific online trolling, all while having to tolerate Matthew Knowles, Blue's grandfather, and a tyrant whose management style was built on extreme discipline and a win-at-all-costs mentality. Actually, when asked what kind of a manager he was, Latavia Roberson said, "Matthew did not mince his words, and it can be tough to take that kind of criticism when you are a little girl. We would try not to let it break us, but Kelly was the sensitive one, and sometimes she would go to her room and cry." In addition, Michelle also said that she was struggling to feel like herself again after leaving the group. And in 2017, she revealed on The Talk that she battled depression, and that she expressed this to her manager, who did not have the best response. She said, "When I disclosed it to our manager at the time, bless his heart, he was like, 'Y'all just signed a multi-million-dollar deal, and you're about to go on tour. What do you have to be depressed about?' So, I was like, oh, maybe I'm just tired." Guys, this is literally the same household Blue is growing up in. And based on what I've seen people claim, Michelle is genuinely scared, cause she has seen the exhausting rehearsals, the security measures, the impossible isolation of growing up as an international target before you even hit puberty, and what it actually takes to maintain that level of global perfection. Allegedly, she has this deeply protective valid instinct of an auntie who has survived the monster of fame, knows its dark corners intimately, and is terrified of history repeating itself on someone she's watched grow up since day one. Okay, I know that she hasn't specifically said anything directly, but some insiders are saying that she's one of the people who is secretly genuinely concerned for Blue. Plus, we all know that in Hollywood, where there's smoke, there was definitely fire. And this issue about Blue going through is getting too loud. Well, even if Auntie Michelle hasn't said it herself, do you think there's enough reason for all of us to be scared for Blue? Let me know what you think in the comments section below.